And years ago when the Spawn movie came out, I did a toy of me. And we're doing the second Todd toy, which was the name of my toy company that was out there. You get Todd, old man Todd. He's got his lanyard on. I got one of my shirts that I sort of wear. Look at some of the accessories up here. I got a microphone because I'm up on stage a lot. And then I got my little sketchbook. And the sketchbook is a drawing of this other toy. Now,
oh baby, Todd on the couch. Business picking up.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Saturday. And you know what that means? It's time for all the toy news, action figure news of the week that interested me, that hopefully interests you, and quite possibly the biggest toy news week since San Diego Comic-Con. Easily, I think. I have 2 full pages of notes to get through, so we got a lot to cover from about every single toy line this week. Some surprises from the couch, some surprises all over the place. A fun week if you're an action figure collector, but a very bad week for our wallets in the future, no doubt there. But of course, we always start the toy news, action figure news of the week off with a little housekeeping here. Of course, Patreon, month of February almost up. Month of February giveaway is Batman, Robin, Batmobile, Batman 66, so if you want a part of that, check the link in the description below. Patreon, all kinds of stuff over there all the time. Best place to support the channel. You can also sign up as a free member. We will have a March giveaway right around the corner here, so stay tuned for that as well in the future. I want to give a shout out to Wrestling Figure News Source this week. I was on their podcast. Got future podcasts coming as well. The Fig Cave podcast. Fightful, of course, I've been on there before. Nick Storm reviews his Friday live streams. I'll be on there upcoming. And then collectibles.com. I guess it's an Orlando Bloom venture coming at you very soon. So more on that and more on these as they happen. I'll, of course, retweet it, remind everybody. Stay in touch on social media. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and of course this very YouTube channel. As I am doing the publicity tour. Is that a thing? I don't know if it is, but I am talking the book, and of course that segues into the Jakks Classic Superstars book. Of course, you guys knew I wrote a book. I've been talking about it every week, and there's always somebody that comment, oh, why is he talking about that book? Well, guess what? I got to promote the book. I put it out there. I'm pretty proud of the work. It's a pretty cool accomplishment here. It is a labor of love if there ever was one. You guys know my passion for the Jakks Class Superstars line. And I will do a book, or I will do a video, I should say, about the book on the channel here in the next couple of weeks. I want to explain the thought process, how I came to do a book, how I went about the book, why I wanted to do a book, and then a little bit about what it takes to do a book like this. As you got to be honest with yourself at the end of the day, talk about a niche product. There's a lot of wrestling fans. How many wrestling fans actually like action figures? How many wrestling fans that like action figures actually would buy a book? How many that would buy a book even like Jakks Classic Superstars? How many even like Jakks Classic Superstars that would buy the book? So you got to look yourself in the mirror. You got to put that business hat on. It is a niche of a niche of a niche of 1,000 niches at the end of the day. But it is a passion project. It is something I wanted to do. It is something very fun. And I guess it's a little bit of a legacy. Because at the end of the day, I think when the dust settles, people will think of Jakks Class Superstars. They'll think of the company Jakks. They'll think of Jeremy Padawer. But somewhere in there, they'll say, well, Kyle Peterson did a video on every single figure. He did a weekly Jakks Class Superstars video on his channel for 5+ years, and he wrote a book. So just to be a little bit tied to the legacy of Classic Superstars is a pretty big deal for me. Yes, it's a very cool thing. It was one of my favorite toy lines, as you guys know, and have known if you've been watching this channel here. But I wanted to announce here, of course, this book, this big 700-page book, full-color book. A lot going on in here. Of course, Jeremy Padawer wrote the foreword. Good friend of the channel, Jeff George, Guitars Around the World, Detroit himself. He did write the foreword as well on this one here. So very fun. Like I said, a passion project. But I wanted to talk about this a little bit again here in length. But like I said, I will do a full video on this, so stay tuned to that. But we will be putting up the Amazon edition. Will be going up for pre-order March 1st, about a week from today. So obviously my social media is YouTube. I'll be promoting it. I'll put it out there. Everybody will have a chance to get this. Of course, Amazon, the biggest place to buy books in the world. It will also be Barnes & Noble, and that's kind of my little waiting game right now. That's what I've been waiting for. They've been kind of taken forever. I guess they just don't move as fast as some other companies. But Barnes & Noble, you will be able to get the soft cover, which will be more expensive than Amazon. But if you don't like Amazon, you want to go to Barnes & Noble, it will be more expensive. And then, of course, the hardcover edition will be available only at Barnes & Noble. Now, one thing I have ran into here, and I don't want to drain all this for everybody, it is very expensive to make a book. It is shockingly expensive how much to make a book, and it's shockingly how few pennies you get on the back end as an author. But like I said, it's not about money. I'm never going to recoup my time for this. There's no way. When I think of what I get for my day job, if I could have put that into that, there's no way. It's no way to recoup any of the money, but it's a passion project. It's a labor of love. It's not something you're going to get rich on. There's no way. Maybe by thing all said and done, I could pay my water bill. If my girls in my house would take maybe less baths and showers, I could maybe pay my water bill. But that's probably what it'll end up being. But that's okay. I hope you guys enjoy this one. And like I said, there's going to be sticker shock to a lot of people. They're going to say, oh my gosh, he's, taking us over. Well, at the end of the day, I'm not Stephen King. This isn't going to be at Walmart. This isn't going to be at Target. This is a big, heavy, thick book. And with that comes a big, thick, heavy price tag. If you want all color pages, you want it to look like you want it to look in your mind, you got to pay for those things. But one thing to think about is, it is basically a complete collection in a book. So hey, if you're going to buy the whole collection, you saved a lot of money here. But I've rambled enough. March 1st, stay tuned to the channel, stay tuned to social media. That'll be your chance to get it on Amazon very shortly after there, Barnes & Noble. More to come, but it's going to be an expensive book, like I said. So more to come on that. Maybe more on weekly purchases tomorrow. But let's dive into a few things here. First, want to give a special shout out my daughter, Elle. Oh, Elle, great friend of the channel. Happy birthday, the big 1-3, 13. Can you believe it? I guess officially a teenager. It is her birthday here this weekend. A lot of girls coming over, and I've heard maybe even the Von Erichs.
Pizza out, it's pizza in. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we're getting pizza. There you go. That's what's going to happen there. But for pizza out, it's pizza in. Shout out to Pizza In. Big pizza party here. A lot of girls at the house. Going to be a wild time. Wild scene, no doubt about it. And special shout out, extra special shout out to my wife, Angie. What was it? This week was our 14th wedding anniversary. Oh, Angie, the heart and soul of the channel at the end of the day. Talk about a forgiving wife, no doubt about it. So shout out to my wife, Angie. 14 years, I think 20 years together this year at the end of the year, but 14 years married. So how about that? How about that? There you go. But let's dive into it. Let's dive into the news. Let's start it off with wrestling news. Like I said, we got Marvel, we got McFarlane, we got Mythic Legions, we got all kinds of stuff this week. Going to be a big video, so appreciate you guys watching. Basics, now going to be called Main Events from Steve Ozer. He dropped that news on Friday. Name change, a little bit of a packaging change. Same figures, same new articulation, just a total refresh with the new name. So an interesting turn of events. I guess they're trying to really refresh the whole thing. But we saw 145. Seth Rollins, doesn't do anything for me. AJ Styles, doesn't do anything for me. Katana Chance, a little figure. Give me the little people all day long. I'll take a little Katana Chance figure. And she even is very small in the figure. Must be a new mold here. I'm here for that. Can't wait to dive into that one there. And then the one a lot of people are going to want is Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, in his black costume. Costume? Sure. Black and green. You can have a regular and a chase. A lot of people are going to want those ones in their collection. Suited figure makes sense for him. You don't need the soft goods unless you're an entrance great. But a very, very cool one. So basic 145 coming sooner rather than later. And then this week there was some leaks. Yes, some leaks out there of a few things. Basic 149, Cody Rhodes, no stranger to the Elite line. Sheamus, Miz, Eddie Guerrero returning to the basic line in 149, and Maxine Dupree, of course, from the Alpha Academy. So little leaks out there. No pictures of these yet. Wouldn't be shocked to see these at WrestleMania in a couple of weeks. We'll stay tuned for that. Championship Showdown 2-packs. Once again, we'll probably see him at Mania. Kane, Mankind, Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley. We knew that was around the corner. And then Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. So that's an interesting one as well. Braun Breaker getting another figure in the basic style line. And then Elite 111, a heavy hitter set here with Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor once again, Ricochet, Tony D'Angelo from NXT just recently lost the tag team titles down there. Trish Stratus, assume this will be a modern Trish Stratus from her return. And then one that's got the people buzzing. It's going to be buzzing in Philadelphia, especially at WrestleMania, with the Sandman, ECW Sandman, an all-timer. Cannot wait for that. Very excited if that does pan out. But one announcement we did get this week that seems to be correct is the next round of Mattel top picks. Of course, 3 figures in the top picks. We got Gunther, just kind of a re-release, so don't need to get that one. Roman Reigns, no stranger to any line, don't need that one. But the heavy hitter out of this, once again, Rey Mysterio in his LWO gear. So out of those 3, that's going to be the main event of the 3, in my opinion. Be picking that one up there. Whoa. Stop the clock. I guess we're not done with Mattel Wrestling news. As late Friday afternoon, got a special announcement of the Monday Night Wars Series 2 package images, which means they're right around the corner. Sounds like sometime this spring at Walmart and Smith's if you're in the UK. We'll see how that goes. We still have yet to really see Series 1 out at retail. I did see a picture this week for the first time of somebody finding them at retail for Series 1, so maybe this will ring true. But Series 2, of course, we do know Kevin Nash going to go with that Scott Hall figure, of course. Got the new hair hat gimmick thing. We saw that at San Diego Comic-Con last year. Rey Mysterio Jr., a part of Wave 2, a guy that was all over the Monday Night Wars, and of course, all over Mattel Elite lines to this very day. We talked about the top picks in this very video. We are getting Glenn Jacobs as Kiesel, a pretty interesting one here. I'm a big fan of this idea, though. I like this. It's goofy. It's weird. Kind of like Isaac Yankem, but even weirder, really, at the end of the day. But very cool here to get that one. I'm here for that. Triple H coming to the line as well. We've had a lot of Triple H's. A bit of a repaint with this one. Makes sense. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how that works. And then, of course, Build-A-Figure Teddy Long. Oh, my gosh. Sign me up for Teddy Long in his referee gear here. Going to be great to use this head. You could get one of those Ali referee figures. You could have him in his old school attire as well. If you want to get an extra head for Teddy Long for whatever reason, you could do that. So there it is. Monday Night Wars Series 2 coming to Walmart this spring. Heard this week, once again, from Mattel Creations. Steve Ozer at Mattel also posted about it. Looks like March 14th is the day. Pre-order day, of course, at Mattel Creations. Would assume shipping shortly after that, but March 14th, we got Eric Bischoff in the WCW Real Scale ring. So if you want that Eric Bischoff Ultimate, going to be very similar to the Kane situation, a boxed Ultimate there. That will be up for pre-order on the 14th. Stay tuned for that. And then, big news here with a little bit of a controversy. Dare I say, a little bit of a conspiracy?
You ever wonder if they're watching your every move? Cell phones, internet, surveillance. Think about it.
Yes, you heard it here first, a conspiracy of Jesse Ventura proportions. But we got the Hart Foundation, of course, Coliseum Collection coming. We knew these were coming. We knew all about these. We were very excited for these, of course. However, some twists and turns here and possibly a conspiracy. We'll see, but it looks like we're going to have the return of the Chase black cards. And going forward, Coliseum Collections will have black cards and blue cards. Now, personally, this is my opinion here. I'm not a fan of it at all. I really am not. It feels a little bit like a cash grab, but once again, we put that business hat on. It's like an old newspaper hat. You put that business hat on. Mattel wants to get all the sales they can get. Easy way to get more sales. Of course, people love the thrill of the hunt. Look at the casinos out there. People love to gamble. We know all this kind of stuff. So people are going to buy multiples of these, hoping for the black card, and we'll see where that goes. So it's going to sell them a lot more product here. However, is it going to turn off some fan base? Me personally, I'm going to try to get a black on card and then a loose blue and a regular blue. So I guess I need 3 of these. I'm very fortunate or very happy, whatever you want to call it. I've decided to get out of the Ultimate Edition game because, the Mint on Card Ultimate Edition game, I should say, because this would drive me absolutely mental at this point. So I'm glad I'm not a part of that right now. We'll see though, but I am going to be Mint on Card and loose in the Coliseum Collection going forward. So some of those funds from the regular Ultimate Edition I could put into here. But I'm really not a fan of the black cards. I really am not a fan of this idea. It was cool for San Diego Comic-Con as a one-off for Sergeant Slaughter. I don't know if the fan base is really going to resonate the way they want it to towards this. Time will tell, and as they say, what is time? And it also waits for no one, among other things out there. So we'll see how that all ends up shaking out. But currently, it looks like blue card, black card, Hart Foundation's coming. And the Hart Foundations look really good. I should mention those once again. Love that we get the 2 different title belts as well with those. That is very cool. At the end of the day, as we always do say. So now we're turning our attention to some more wrestling stuff. It looks like Daniel Bryan Target AEW exclusive. A little leak there. Not sure what's going on with AEW, as I have personally a few stores that have removed AEW from the planograms. There was rumors going around forever it was going to be all Target stores. Maybe that is not the case. We'll see. We should have spring resets here around the corner as well. March, April timeframe. I'm sure we'll find out more very soon. We should see a lot of new toys from all the lines in our stores very soon, but that looks like that Daniel Bryan is kind of a leak coming out here very soon. Now a little retro action this week. KWK been a little quiet as they've been getting ready to put Series 1 out there just around the corner. But we did see TJP, of course, longstanding wrestler out there. He signed with the brand a while back. We did see some grayscale prototype images of him, so he will be a part of Series 2. More on him in the future, but a little peek under the tent there. And then, of course, grapplers and gimmicks, never slowing down, never stopping. We just unboxed a few of those on the channel this week. Did show some pictures of the prototype of the upcoming British Bulldog figure, and he did put Bob Cardona, Matt Cardona's father, for sale. Put that out there to the masses this week as well. Limited edition. If you want a Bob Cardona figure, get after that. I've been trying to get my dad to get a figure, but I can't even get him on the channel at this point. So I don't know if a figure is going to be in order, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Shout out to my dad for sure. So we do got a little retro news. But hello, stop the clock. We got some late breaking news on Friday afternoon in a very busy already action figure news week, but we got some Power Town Ultras Series 1. Of course, we unboxed all those many months ago on the channel. However, there is a website out there, the Wrestling Collection, TWC. I am not super familiar with this at all. However, it looks like Power Town has finally made the decision as the conspiracy, dare I say it's over. Is the conspiracy over? It very well could be, as it looks like the original uncirculated figures that, of course, were apparently breaking are being put for sale finally. So once and for all, unless there's more conspiracies here, the conspiracy can finally lay to rest well over a year after I started the conspiracy theory, of course. But the one figures, or the figures that do break out of the packaging that the Major Pod Group first discovered at one of their live shows, it looks like those are going for sale. And they are saying these are uncirculated for display only. Min on card collectors only is what this is about here. You're taking your life into your own hands, or your figure into your own hands if you take them out of the package. But they are actually putting these for sale, $34.99, and it looks like there's going to be a special sticker on these as well. So if you wanted a Min on card set, which I kind of do, this could be for you here. It is the first run, the ones that have broke, so you got to remember that when ordering these. But it sounds like the Wrestling Collection. The Wrestling Collection. I don't know the website, so check that out, though. If you want that, it could be the way to go. Turning away from wrestling, we're going to hit some miscellaneous before we get into some other deep topics here. Dungeons & Dragons last week, right as I was filming the show for last week, they did announce this one, like a retro-carded Dungeons & Dragons Strongheart figure, a simple repaint, of course, of the figure, but a lot of people might want these ones. These are great figures to mix with your Mythic Legions and other toy lines. A very cool one. A knight in shining armor. We're here for that all day long. Very excited for the Elkhorn figure because I had that as a little kid. Should get the regular one hopefully in the next couple of weeks, but I'll probably buy the one that's based on the toy I had as a kid. So stay tuned for those reviews in the future. So a little Dungeons and Dragons news. And then how about Mezco? Head over to Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. But Mezco did put Art the Clown up for pre-order this week. Saw Art the Clown at the Days of the Dead Festival a couple months ago. Check out that vlog video if you missed it. Our time with Ace, and maybe more on Ace Frehley later on in this very video. But we did see Art the Clown go up for pre-order. They also pre-ordered a Captain America Mezco this week. So if you're into those, head to Entertainment Earth. Spider-Man and Green Goblin from Mezco, recent releases, hot off the truck over there as well. Use the code, save yourself 10%, get free shipping. Got to get a deal at the end of the day. We did hear this week, it sounds like February 29th, next week, mark your calendars, G.I. Joe Classified live stream. Always exciting. Should have some announcements, should have some reveals, should have some pre-orders. So get your wallet ready once again. That's the theme of this show right here. Get your wallet ready, especially for my book. Get your wallet ready for that one. Get your wallet ready. There you go.
We've been prepping you for this your entire life.
And Lando Calrissian is exactly right. Todd, why didn't you tell me this beautiful news you dropped on Friday? As you guys know, especially Kyle Peterson 2.0 viewers, if you're watching the 2.0 channel, make sure you subscribe. A lot of talk with our man Todd McFarlane sitting on the couch. Hangs out here, does a lot of business deals over there, wiggles a toe or two from time to time. He is a busy, busy man, and no busier this week as he did announce on Friday, of course yesterday, some brand new McFarlane figures and one that basically broke the internet. Yeah, it broke the internet, Todd. We got a Todd McFarlane figure coming. We got one way back in the day, I do believe. I never owned that one. I'm all in on this one. It's the original Spawn. Nobody cares about that original Spawn. We care about a Todd McFarlane figure. I can just see my little desk display. It's going to be Cowboy Kyle, of course. Main girl Rio. Alf will probably be there. And then Todd will join the club. Todd will join the collection. I am here for this 2-pack with Todd and his original Spawn. I think it's funny. It's tongue-in-cheek. You know, say what you want about Todd. There's a lot of jokes and things about toe articulation and all the releases and his love for Batman, of course, all that kind of stuff. I'm here for it. I love Todd McFarlane. I've loved him since the 90s. I love what he does. I'm very excited to get a McFarlane toy figure, so I'm excited for this one here. But he wasn't done. No, Todd, you're never done from the couch. We did get 3 reveals. Was it Spawn 311, the Black Panther tribute? We got that one coming. We got a Commando Spawn as well. That's an interesting one, kind of an anime look to it there a little bit. A Hell Spawn, and these are non-articulated. I shouldn't say non-articulated. Very limited articulation figures here. So definitely not for everybody. I'm so jazzed up, fired up about that 2-pack. I just went to McFarlane Toys and said, take all my money. I'm getting all these. I don't know if I'm going to like the non-movability ones. We'll review them, see where it goes from there. But I'm all in on that Todd McFarlane 2-pack. Get me that. I need doubles is what I need on that. Very, very cool. I'm here for that all day long. I love stuff like that. You guys, I can see a lot of people who would probably not like it or not be for it. I think it's fun. At the end of the day, you vote with your wallet. You can pass on it if you want to. But I want a Todd McFarlane figure in my collection. I'm here for that all day long. But you know what's truly wild about this whole Todd McFarlane figure is that he comes barefoot and he can wiggle his toes on the couch. But Todd wasn't done. No, he's wiggling his toes right now. He thought I wasn't going to mention his DC reveals this week, and not messing around as usual with the DC stuff for old Todd. Todd getting after it with Vampire Nightwing coming to a Walmart near you very, very soon. I enjoy this Vampire line. We've been slowly collecting that, except for the Batman that broke. You lucky you weren't on the couch when that video went down. That would have been, I would have got up off the chair and probably punched Todd in the face is what I would have done. I was so upset about that unboxing. Yeah, Omega Spawn too. I was mad about that one. So we've had our disagreements. There's no doubt about it. But we do got Nightwing Vampire coming to Walmart. We got first appearance Batman with kind of the pinkish purple hands. Very interesting for the old school Detective Comics. We also got Nightfall Black and Gray Batman. They're really milking the Nightfall, but a popular comic, of course, as we know. And we got Azrael, another repaint. A lot of people missed out on his Walmart exclusive back in the day. Now we get a red version. Reminds me of the toy lines back in the day, as we got different colors of Azrael as well. So we got those coming from McFarlane. So Todd not messing around, but Todd, the star of his own show this week with that 2-pack, if you ask me. But we're not done, and as Jerry Reed always says, we've got a long way to go and a short time to go. Jerry Reed's right. We're just getting started here with the toy news, it feels like. But we're moving over to the Mythic Legions and a little Cosmic Legion talk here. We don't do a ton of talk about that here, as I'm not sure if it resonates with the majority of viewers. But I do enjoy and I do dabble in a Mythic Legion. That's where I need good friend of the channel, Jeff George, to come in here, as he's a Mythic Legion guy. He loves the Legion. He's one of the Legion. He could do all this. I could just bow out and get a drink or something, and he could take over this portion. Maybe one day. We'll see. But Mythic Legions announced a retailer's wave this week. It was kind of the roller coaster. Highs and lows. I was excited. Oh, what could this be? And then it was Repaint City. And now they're expensive figures. I'm dabbling. Do I need repaints? Very few times will I need repaints like this. But we did see the Monkey King rising again. All monkey business back in play right here. We got the Monkey King. We got Mask of the Red Death, a very fun figure. But do I need a second one of those? I personally don't. Maybe you do. Same thing, Jacob Marley. He almost has me, though, or Mythic Legions, the Horsemen. They almost had me with that glow-in-the-dark. You know I'm working on that glow-in-the-dark closet. He would fit in really good. And Jacob Marley's a special guy, as it was, as of right now, the last video ever done with my dad. We remember that. It was a Christmas special. Go back if you missed that Christmas special video. My dad and I unboxed Jacob Marley. But then there's some newer stuff. We got Viking Fell. I think you never know if you're pronouncing these names right. Let's be honest here. But Viking Fell's coming. Blue Hagnon, glow-in-the-dark figure. How about that? Well, let's call him the glow-in-the-dark guy. You know me, glow-in-the-dark. Probably going to pick this one up. And then another one like Lejai. I don't know what his name is. I'm totally lost on that. I have no idea what that name is. But he is coming there as well. So we do get that. And then we get the Cosmic Legion guy, which Fizz Rice. I don't know his name, but he does look cool as well, so he's another one I'm thinking about picking up. But if you're into the Legions, a lot of cool stuff. Of course, the Poxus wave hitting right now for a lot of people. A lot of good stuff if you're a Mythic Legions collector, as we do know. So there's that, a little portion that we usually don't do on the channel here. But now we got to dive into another big event this week in the toy action figure news, of course, from our friends over at Hasbro, Marvel Legends. As we said last week, they had an upcoming live stream, and I said, boy, it has been quiet for Legends this year. Not a lot going on. It feels like the Classified series has taken a lot of thunder in the Hasbro offices. Well, Marvel Legends comes swinging back this week, and I guess it's up to you and your wallet how you feel about that. But they did announce a new fan channel Build-A-Figure wave, the Zabu Build-A-Figure wave. You know me, I love a hairy bipedal creature. I love an animal of any kind, and he's not bipedal, but he might as well be with those big old fangs. But we got Zabu coming. Of course, you can't have him as a Build-A-Figure without Kazar in there. Going to be perfect for He-Man customizers as well. We got him in the line. Cable, an all-timer, an all-time favorite if you were a kid of the 90s, no doubt. Red Widow, which was talked about on past streams. Hey, this one's coming to the line. We're not sure where. Well, it looks like it's going in here. Wolfsbane, another X character we've desperately needed. We're here for that. Bring Farrell on next. Let's get her. And then I guess Kid Icarus, did he fly too close to the sun? I don't know. Kid Icarus video game, a classic all-timer when I was a little kid. We do got an Icarus coming to the wave as well. And then Black Winter Thor. So two characters, an Icarus and Black Winter Thor, I'm not familiar with. But both look cool enough, dare I say cool enough to be dangerous. So we'll see. But fan channel, that means basically everywhere but Walmart, but Target. If you're looking for those, head on, check out those ones there. But no, the Legends team was not done. There was more to talk about. They did have, of course, Baron Zemo, Arnim Zola 2-pack. We do have those coming to Amazon. So if you missed out in prior incarnations of these characters, build a figure of Zola, you got another opportunity here coming from Amazon. But we're not done with the exclusives. Looks like we got a little bit of a Target exclusive in the Sam Wilson Captain America. I got to study this one a little bit more. I don't know if there's enough meat on the bone for me to pay full retail. If I do pick this up, it could be a future clearance game. We'll see what happens with that one. Evil Captain America, coming at you from the Walmart Collectors Con, a Walmart exclusive. Have to imagine we'll have a Collectors Con here in the next month or so, maybe around WrestleMania time frame. I think that's when it was last year. But that'll be the Walmart exclusive. But once again, not done. We got another Wolverine 2-pack going on for the Marvel Legends team. It's Fantastic Four, Wolverine, and Spider-Man in their Fantastic Four costumes. I was always partial to the old school one with Ghost Rider, Grey Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine. I was a kid reading comics when that came out. Thought that was the coolest Fantastic Four ever. But we got a different version here. And then, of course, the Richards kids. We unboxed that 2-pack probably a year ago on the channel. It will pair with those. So you got the new Fantastic Four Part 2 rolling on there. So that's another one of those Wolverine 2-packs coming in 2024. And then we go back to Target and Walmart. We're ups and downs back and forth from our stores. Retro card Target exclusive Carnage. Of course, Carnage, the black and red attack. Perfect for Target stores. There is meat on the bone, some new hands, new effects. How many Carnages do you need? How big of a fan are you? That's what the answer is there. And then Walmart, not to be outdone by Target, Walmart getting a Prowler retro card figure. Now, we got one a while back that is really good. This is pretty cool with the two different heads. That makes me a day one buyer on this one. Want to have an unmasked Prowler head. Think that is really cool there. But we weren't done with retro throwback styling stuff. We got a Doctor Strange Morbius 2-pack coming in the Spider-Man VHS collection. So boy, oh boy, some cool stuff coming there. That'll be an interesting one because there's no Spider-Man. There's no big-time villain there. Doctor Strange people might need in their collection, of course, and same thing with Morbius. We'll see how that nets out here, but that pre-order is coming in the future. I don't think it is up quite yet. We'll stay tuned for that, but that's a lot of Marvel Legends stuff. As I said, they were pretty dormant for a while. Good to see them getting back in the saddle again like a young Aerosmith at the end of the day. Then the final bit of toy news we got this week. We got Mondo Rogue was announced Friday night last week. Went up for pre-order on, I think it was Tuesday this week, maybe Wednesday. What is time? What is days? I'm not sure. Went up for pre-order and sold out really quick for the exclusive version, the timed exclusive, limited to 1,000. So that one did go up this week. So they keep building and keep throwing them out at Mondo. A lot of stuff coming. I got Beastman shipping notice just yesterday, so I'm very excited for that Mondo Beastman. I'm getting backed up on my Mondo figures. I think I got about 9 figures to unbox right now. We'll get there, though. We'll get there one of these days, hopefully sooner rather than later. So there it is. That is the toy news. Like I said, there was a lot going on this week. A very busy week. I've been busy with work. Like I said before, hardest working man in YouTube, like a young James Brown. If anybody ever tells me they don't have enough time to get stuff done, man, you just got to look yourself in the mirror. There's always time. As I always say, I work 60 to 70 hours a week at my day job. It's been busier than ever. So I've been a little bit more tired, burning the candle on both ends. But I keep up with the program and keep up with stuff because it's what I enjoy at the end of the day. So there you go. That is the toy news for this week. Now we got to turn our attention, though, to a very important album of the week. All right, album of the week time this week, and I don't know where you guys live. Feel free to shout out in the comments where you do live, but I live here in the Midwest, and it's been unseasonably warm for February, which makes me thinking about summer, which made me put on one of my all-time favorite albums. It is, of course, Dick Van Patten. It is enough fandom, of course, Dick Van Patten, but it's Dickin' Around the Pool with Dick Van Patten. One of the all-time best albums. You put that on at a beach party, you put that on at the old pool, man, you're off to a good time. It's got me thinking summer vibes. So check out Dickin' Around the Pool with Dick Van Patten. An amazing album. All-timer. But now, the real album of the week this week, of course, Ace Frehley's 10,000 Volts. I listened to it this morning, of course, dropped on Friday. Quite the album from Ace in his career. I mean, Ace is in his 70s now when you think about it. And I don't know if you really need to think about it because he is. He is in his 70s. And it's a fact. It's a fact at the end of the day. But he is putting up a new album here, and it is way better than anticipated. I will say that. Now, there's a few clunkers on there. There's no doubt. It's tough to be 100% consistent with every album being amazing. However, the Cherry Medicine song, really good. A grower of a song if there ever was one. First time I heard it, didn't think I really liked it, but now it's really grown on me, stuck in my head. It's very easy, and there's something about simplicity and rock and roll that makes it good. When you get too complicated, when you're a young Yngwie Malmsteen, it turns some people off. But something like Ace like this, it just has a little bit of a vibe to it. Now, the standout track is the first track, 10,000 Volts. Absolutely love that song. It's been going in my head since it came out. Really love that one. Cherry Medicine, a strong number 2. Walking on the Moon, another one, grown on me as well, probably my third favorite. But it's interesting. I feel the 3 best songs were the singles. So it's interesting to see how that goes. There's an instrumental track on there as well. Check out the album if you love Kiss, if you love Ace. And come on, y'all love Ace. He was always my favorite. George Harrison was my favorite Beatle. Mike Nesmith was my favorite Monkey. And Ace was always my favorite member of Kiss. So there you go. Album of the week. Check out 10,000 Volts. Be there or be square. And that is the toy news of the week. Like I said, a big, busy week for the toy news this week. Hopefully you guys got your wallets ready. That's what I would recommend there. Much more about my book. Probably tomorrow in the weekly purchases, we'll talk a little bit more about that in that very video, so stay tuned for that. But let me know in the comments, what you thought about the toy news? Anything you're excited for? Anything extra special excited for? Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notifications as I always do say. Check out Patreon for the giveaway and all the bonus content. Did a Q&A this week from a beautiful Hampton Inn in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Oh, all-timer. Talked a lot about that book in there as well. A few questions for the Q&A for the month of February. Check out the Patreon, of course. Support the channel. You can also support the channel, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. Sir Paul64 on the X. The _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and Instagram. And you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling to a 13-year-old's pizza party.